Hi guys, Yolanda here, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so I can reach 1,000 and do a wonderful giveaway for everybody. So now we're still continuing with the Whimsical journal saga and it's coming along. I'm very pleased with it. So you know, this paper, I just love it. It's different. So what I'm going to do now, because we're going to be sort of working on stuff for the cover and maybe for the back. Oh, I might just leave the back or put an envelope in there, so whatever, it'll come. So I have this from the kit and I've just scored lines in it with this because I'm going to cut out the heart, and when I cut it out, I'm going to cut the bird out as well. And this one I'm just going to cut around the heart, and I'm going to cut inside, or maybe I'll leave a bit of a border actually. We'll see. So I'm going to go away and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to cut and prep it, and then you will see what I'm going to do. With the Whimsical journal, we're almost finished, guys. Now I just want to show you on the cover here, I just put some washi tape. I probably should have put some glue down, but I didn't. Anyway, and then I just added this little piece of lace here. I had this inside. I've now taken it out because it was just getting too bulky, guys. And this one, although I had it inside, again it was a little bit bulky, so I'm actually going to add it here in the front pocket. And I'm still going to add, let's see, I've put this little journal together. Just, you know, I better make sure it's the right way up. You see, I had it the wrong way, just for extra writing. So I'm just going to test it, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but it does. That's great. So that's going to go in the front pocket. Then in the back pocket, what I've done, I've actually put the other one that we made from the chipboard in there, and of course it's got the little charm. So this is just handmade paper. It's an envelope that I've had in my stash for years, literally more than 15 years. And I'm now going to use it to put in this pocket. I have cut it down, I've distressed it and then I've just glued this down here. And this is a piece of paper, you know, that vintage one, and I've just like concertinaed it just to add that little bit more writing space. And now I'm going to glue it down here. So if you don't have, you know, an envelope, just make a little folder or another booklet even. And I just thought it would be fun to add this guy at the back. And I've got to bear in mind the fold, so it's going to stick out a bit, which I don't mind. So then when it comes to writing, there we go, and we've got the space there too. And I don't even know if I'm going to do anything else to this. This is just the sticky to close it, which I think I'm going to take off because it doesn't need it, because it's going to be in the pocket, so the pocket will keep it closed, and it's not that bulky anyway. Or you can also just leave this pocket empty to put, you know, extra stuff in. It's completely up to you. I am going to be selling this journal, so I mean, it's just gorgeous. And then so that will go in there, just simple. I'm not doing anything. Let me bring this back in on the fabric, because sometimes you put too much stuff and then you cover the gorgeous fabric, and then this is what I was going to do. Yes, that's right. I made another little pocket here, and I'm going to put that there. I'm not going to put anything in there. Whoever buys it can do that, you know, something personal, or because I do believe in putting lots of writing space, because, you know, that's what journals are for. mostly, unless you just a decorative journal just to look at, which is also great. I've got some like that too. And then I made another little pocket because now I'm just, you know, getting fancy, but I don't want it straight. I really don't want it. It's just looking far too, I don't know, stereotypical, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to tear it. And of course, let me take some of this white off. Where is my, there it is, my distress ink. And this, you can see it's showing, so it needs to be cut down a bit more. There we go. And there we go. So we have another little pocket that's going to go like so. So you can choose to make tags to put in here, or a little envelope, cut out another little envelope. And I'm not going to put any lace or anything on here. I think it's quite sufficient the way it is. So we just got two little pockets here. And I think this is going to be, I want to add her. I don't know where I'm going to add her, to be honest. And my stomach is grumbling. I just realized how hungry I am. It's almost lunchtime here. So I'm just cutting up. I bought these Bohemian ladies from, oh man, you know me guys, I never know who I buy stuff. I just see something, I like it, and you know, and then I forget who I bought it from. I'm just, yeah, she does actually fit in there. So despite saying I'm not going to put a tag or whatever in here, I'm putting a journal card. Because you know, this journal is a little bit on the Bohemian side. Here we go. And I suppose I could put, just to demonstrate, no, covers her face. I don't want that. You know, and maybe if I can find it. You see, I'm already doing what I'm not supposed to be doing. How about I can just put treat yourself or trust your soul. I like that one. Trust your soul. That's actually a weird saying. Why would you trust your soul? No, I don't like that. Just doesn't make sense. Our souls are the spiritual sides. Our spiritual side. So unless you are feeding your spiritual side, I don't know, correctly, whatever that is, well, I know what it is for me. Yeah, just a little bit. It just gives that little bit of, and again, I'm not going to put lace and stuff because it's just going to make it too bulky. So chase the sun, I quite like that there. And that's all I'm going to do, and then you are going to go in here, so it is nice and flat. And I suppose I could even do like so. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so let me show you now. I don't know, remember we made this envelope. Well, I'm not going to use it anymore. I was going to slot it in, but I'll be using it for something else. So we will finish this guy in another video. Okay. And right, this. So I've just put a few pages together. I use this pretty thread to stitch this part of the journal. Now I have been searching on my computer because I've just changed over computers to another one. And I wanted to print, and I wanted to find this kit, and I can't find it anywhere. So, but guys, you can do this. I wanted to print one of her faces. So if you've got this kit, you can print out a face. I would print it on cardstock again, or postboard, and or even, and maybe perhaps, I must show you this. Let me take it out a little bit bigger, because you'll see why. I'm just trying to find a better face. Well, there she is again. I mean, she's just too gorgeous. This one, I wanted to cut this out because I made this, and she would just look fabulous on here, and it kind of ties everything in. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to glue this down. Now I've just cut this out, which I thought would go nicely in here. Again, we can't make this too fancy, or this part or too bulky, because otherwise it's not going to fit in the pocket. So I'm just going to, it's part of the kit. So whatever kit you're using, if you can find a nice like border, or you can also add fabric, being careful of course not to make it too bulky. And this goes just wonderful here. Now I have also cut this down to fit the pocket. So I'm just sticking this or gluing this down nicely without thread over here and there. So just glue it down. It's sticking out a bit on this side, so I'm going to cut it. I don't know about you, but I think this journal has really turned out quite nice. So again, this is part of the cover. All I've done is used one of my laminating pouches that I've done, and there is a video on this, and then I cut these out and I stuck them down, okay. And then on the back, just to stick on the laminating pouch, all I've done is taken my sticky tape. Now this mine happens to be a wide one, as you can see, and I've cut it in half and I've stuck it down. It's easier or better than using glue, of course. Now, and there are some bits sticking out, I don't know if you can see, so I'm just going to cut around those, get rid of them, and then I'm going to hope well, I'm not going to stick the whole thing down, because I still want to find that journal page, so I can cut the picture of her out and put it underneath. Now if you haven't got this, you can also use vellum, guys, okay, or the Cricut. I love that stuff. What's it called? They've got this as well, and it peels off and it's sticky and it's just wonderful. I use that quite a bit, even though it does tend to be a little bit pricey. So eventually I'm gonna have to, because my husband Joe transferred all my downloads. I mean, there's thousands of them, and now, but you know, now that I'm looking, there are some missing. And so this will go there, so you can imagine what that will look like with her face underneath it. It'll just be beautiful. So in the meantime, so that I don't lose it, because you know I lose everything, I am just going to stick a line here. So what you're going to do, if you've got the picture, obviously you're going to line everything up, stick her picture underneath there, and then glue everything down. Let's put that right up, because once this is in here, now you can choose also just to leave it, because this is sufficient as well, but since I made this to go in here, well, I can also use it in another journal, another piece of ephemera, because it's really quite nice. You know, I'm liking it just the way it is, because if I put this, which also looks nice, no, I prefer it without, actually. So I'm going to put this aside. You know, if ephemera, you're always going to use it again. And imagine her face on here. And then this, I made them quite long because I want to put some dangles on there. So this is my little, now really it's just a matter of putting dangles on. I'm actually not going to cut these threads because, you know, I'm not a big fan of them. It's just my personal preference, but I just, for this particular journal, I happen to like it. So I'm just, yeah, there's one here. That is not very long. If I want to put, this is not going to work so much. This is why I tend to leave my threads, see there, quite long, and then I trim them, or hang on, no, I'm not going to trim these. I'll only trim them after. I'm just doing this so that the edges are not fuzzy, you know, because I want to put, sorry, that was my head in the way. I'm just wetting it because it makes it easier. So this is how I put my beads on. I'm going to keep quiet now, and I'm going to do this and fast forward. Okay. Right, so it is quite a fiddly thing to tie them on, and it works better when you have nails, but mine are gone. So I've just clipped this in place with a bit of a charm there. Oops, there we go. And then of course I just tied these in. You can make this shorter if you want. It's entirely up to you. And then of course I tied these on, and I always like to add a blob of glue. You can also use the normal glue and just wait for it to dry. I'm not going to attach anything to these bottom ones because they're just going to get in the way, but I am going to leave these, and whoever buys this can always cut them off, you know, if they don't like it. And then of course you've seen this part. I will probably do another flip through of this. Okay, I think that's better once I find the guy for that. And then, you know, it's just again what I have in my, let me just press it down. And now these ones, of course I'm going to make them shorter, and I'm just looking. Okay, on what I have here, and on here I do want to get, I can't find my a pen in here, and then I'm thinking I have a dangle which I'm just grabbing, guys. Oh dear. Oh, sorry my baby, come here. Sorry, my little man. Oh, I'm so sorry, my baby. Mommy stepped on your little footsie. Oh. This dangle, which I'm thinking of using here, which can just be detached. Because even yeah, I quite like that actually. And this dangle's got all sorts. It's got glass beads on it, faux pearls, of course. It's just got a lot. It's got a dragonfly there, heart, handbag, and just some really lovely beading on here. Flower. It's got a shell, and of course the ribbon, but you can still stick a pen there. And yeah, I'm quite liking that. So I'm going to take it off, and I'm not even going to make a hole. It's just for clipping and taking off if you want to. And then here, just to put, it's really getting fancy, guys. I'm going to take him out because I don't want him to get caught up there. And I'm going to add, probably should have done this before. So because I'm doing it now, you know what, I'm going to do it right on there so it doesn't go through. To the fabric underneath and glue everything together. And then of course I'm going to cut you right to the edge. And then I have this beauty. This is actually from an old sandal of mine. I keep all my rocks or gems from the sandal, and I think it'll just be wonderful. And all I'm going to do is glue it on. Well, and it's going to be just like that. It actually almost looks like a little person or fairy even. So I thought that looked really nice there. So see what you have, and if you buy sandals with bling on them and you wear them to death like I do, I take off my little pendant thingy-majigs. So I mean, look at that. It just, I think, elevates it. I suppose I could. I'm just wondering. I'll leave it for the moment. Imagine her face there. And then here, of course, is going to go some beads. We're almost done, guys, which I'm not going to do on camera, I don't think, because, you know, I mean, I will probably just thread like these beads. These are lovely beads as well. And maybe I'll even put a charm, or maybe it's got enough charms. You see, that'll look lovely. But like I said, I'm not going to do that now because it's just I'll show you, you know, once it's done. Now, I don't know if you remember, we were making this guy just from leftover plastic that I happen to have around. It's not even the laminating pouch thing, it's just plastic I found. And I've decided I was going to stick it onto one of the pages, but it just wasn't working for me. So I put the card inside. I just had some cutouts, some lace, some muslin, some stamens. Don't know if you can see these stamens. They're almost like a bluey gray. They're quite beautiful, and they've got a bit of a shimmer to it. And this one is just going to go right in here. And of course this is empty, so whoever buys this. And this is another envelope. I think I have done the tutorials for these. I must just check. I'm sure I've done them. It's just an envelope I had in my stash, and there is a little piece of writing paper in here to go in there, and it just worked out well for this journal. You see it's got stenciling, etc on it. If I haven't done a video for this, I will go and check. You know, I can't remember. I've done so many. Then I will do one on how I made this. But it just goes lovely here. So guys, we're literally at an end. I took off the bow because, again, it was creating bulk. So I did a very loose knot so it's easy to take off because you don't want to sit there for hours. And I think, I don't know if I've forgotten anything. Again, this envelope is just one I had in my stash, and it's got stenciling, it's got washi tape, a bit of coffee dyed lace, very simple stenciling, and I'm just putting this, and I'm going to put it at the top so that shows at the top there. And oh yes, I know what I wanted to do. I'm trying to think. Oh, this now. I had stuff in here, but you know, it covers it, so I've decided to leave it. I'm not going to put anything. If the person who buys it wants to put something there, of course, but because, you know, it covers it, and I think it takes away some of the beauty of it. So these pages, again, I've left plain. This was just in my stash, and I put another little tag on there. This is one of my snippet mats. I call them snippet mats tags. Again, there's a video. I'm just going to leave this plain. You know, I was going to put a key there. Nope. I do have this guy. This is from a Prima. I think it's a Prima flower. And it's just too bulky when you put it in envelopes. But it'll look very nice here. And it won't add bulk to the actual journal, because you see it's sort of on the outside and it just goes beautifully there. I mean, this is the stuff I keep. And again, I added, you know, paper in there. We have this little bead on here. You saw me do that. This one there. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to show you. This embossed envelope, and this is the envelope from the kit. I'm not filling them with anything. I am just going to do like so, just to glue it. Yes. And I'm actually just going to, let's open that. I'm going to add it there, and I'm just going to glue it like halfway. You can make this a tuck spot as well if you want. I'm not going to. I think we've got enough in here. And then I thought an envelope, like a stacked envelope. So this part will keep this closed for whatever the person wants to put in there. And of course, once it's glued down, and then you've got an envelope to put whatever you want in there. So let's do that. I think you've seen everything in here. You saw me glue that down. This is the ephemera we made. Oh, this pocket, I think I might still stick a little charm with a bulb pin on here, and I think I'm still going to do it on here, which I'll show you in the run through of it. So this is looking a bit if you know what I mean. I wonder, you see, it's going to make it very bulky. No, I'm not going to put that. I'm going to use this somewhere else. Or like I say, if you want to, you can stick it in your pocket there. But I want to see her face, because, you know, the theme of the journal is this wacky bohemian type, I don't know what she is, fairy. Yes, I wanted to show you, oh, where is it now? Is it in the, oh, it's here, this fabric. When you open it, you're getting this. I don't like that. I think we need to cover it. So this is probably the last thing. I just think it would look better. Yeah, I think so. Just a dash of lace there. Oh, look, we've got another nest of threads. Don't throw away your nests. Keep them. Or maybe I should just put it on. No, I'm going to put it directly on here. Let's start sticking it down. I actually put a bit too much glue. And let's put it there. You see, and I think that looks better, and I still think it just needs a dash of something else, I think. I don't know what I'm going to put there, guys. Hey, I know what I'm going to put there. Piece lying around, not paying rent. Let's make it pay rent. Cheap rent. Yeah, you see how simple but effective it is. You don't always have to do everything very, very fancy, if you know what I mean. You can just plonk a piece of paper down, and I'm not going to do anything else. For me, that's an, oh, you could stick a sticker there too. I don't know where my stickers are now. I've got these guys. You see, now I'm getting fancy. It's just nice. Yeah. I'm saying no, don't put anything else down. What am I doing? I'm putting something else down. Just to I don't, and you know what, this itself, it's good. You could even sew around that, and that'll give it another dimension. And now we've got to try and get the stickers. You know, these are not the easiest to get off. Sometimes they come off very easily, other times you struggle. And I'm going to do this off camera, and I'm just going to stick him right here or right here. No, I'm definitely going to stick it sort of half on. Let me try and do it quickly on camera. Sometimes, guys, I use my awl just to take off, yeah, and that usually helps, that edge there, to pick it up. Some use sticky tape. I've never tried that. I'm quite happy with my little, oh boy, yeah, there we go. There we go. And I think this just fine tunes it, and that's enough. So it says also these little things, you know, that can make a really interesting journal more interesting. So that'll go there. And oh, I haven't got anything in here. So in the flip through, or maybe I'm going to put, no, I want more, a colorful bohemian lady to go there. I will find something, okay, guys? Oh, even this one. Yeah, where did I buy this from? I can't remember. Sorry, patience with me while I cut it up, because now I'm like, you know, living. Yes, I think so. This is like a sepia print. And I mean, I don't want to put anything. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Okay, so I'm looking at the clutter on my desk. I'm trying to think if I've have something I haven't mentioned. Well, if I haven't, or forgotten something, or haven't shown you something, guys, let me know in the comments, and I can always do, you know, an add-on video. And this, I suppose we could even put, let me just put the thing on here. I'm going to do it. I like it. What? Yes, I think so. It just, like I say, just gives it that edge. Don't have to do this. You can. It's perfectly fine to leave this without anything there. And it doesn't even have to be in a straight line. You can, you know, bend it and curve it, and oh yeah, beautiful. So I hope you really enjoyed this series. If you did, let me know, because then I will make more journals on camera, so you can follow along and do the same thing, or add your little particular bitty to it. Because I'm going to be doing some journals for Emily Plowfield of Jug Journal Inspirations, using her fabulous digikits. And if you want to do another craft along, do let me know. Okay, don't, you know, really let me know. Otherwise, sometimes I feel like I'm talking to fresh air when people don't respond or say something, or, you know, write a comment. It really, really, it's very encouraging when you guys write comments and stuff. It just makes me want to do 1,000 times more. And this guy needs to go down. And oh, look at it. It's too beautiful. And this will have the dangle. So when it's not being used, it can just sit there on the shelf and look absolutely gorgeous. Still going to put something there. And I'll do a quick flip through of this as well, so we can see page by page. This is how the side is looking. There we go. And this is how the top is looking. I think it's glorious. Absolutely glorious. Look, 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 look. Okay, I will see you again. Ciao now. Let me know if you enjoyed this series. Bye-bye.